Mr. President, you've heard a lot of figures here tonight and a lot of facts on both sides of this issue. But here we are. It's February 8th of this session. We've been here for more than a month. And what have we done? We've perfected and third read 3 bills in this chamber. 3. One was right to work, one was a tort reform bill, and one was a resolution to reject a pay adjustment to elected officials. The first bill attacked a group of people who joined together to become a force for good. Folks who joined together to ensure that they make a good wage and are compensated fairly for their work and expertise in the construction industry. They joined together for health insurance and pensions so they can strengthen the middle class. They joined together to make a fair wage so they can live the American dream. They don't want to be millionaires. They just want to send their kids to college without burdening themselves or their children with mountains of debt. They don't ask for much. They just want to raise their families and lead a decent life. And oh, by the way, they are only about 8% of the population of more than 6 million Missourians. You know what 8% of 6 million Missourians is? About 485,000. So when we're talking about the construction industry, that 8%, that 485,000, that's all union membership. That's not the construction industry. So we're talking about even less people than that. But somehow the minority has drawn the ire of the supermajority. We see a lot of this season. It's burdensome and it's tiresome. Folks ganging up on a small group of people just because they can. The powerful many picking on the solitary few. We saw that with tort reform bill because apparently folks thought working men and women of the state hadn't been beaten down enough. That bill would make sure that people won't be fairly or decently compensated after they get hurt in a car accident or fall off a ladder. Even if that ladder was helping to build a luxury hotel that those folks, by the way, are never ever going to afford to stay in. The third bill this chamber perfected was to reject a recommendation of a nonpartisan governor's commission on elected officials' pay. No matter where you stood on that issue, and I stood on the prevailing side of that issue, every senator should have had a right to their opinion without coercion, without folks ganging up on a small group of people just because they can. We don't want to be bullies in this chamber, Mr. President. This chamber is supposed to be a place for a citizen legislator, a body made up of citizens from all walks of life, farmers and pipe covers, teachers and lawyers, doctors, people who create jobs, and the people who work those jobs. But it was decided not how we should reject this thing. It was messy. And it fractured this chamber, and I hate that. And now we're on this bill. Some might be inclined to support this bill out of a call to party loyalty. But sometimes a call to party loyalty is just another way of saying the powerful many picking on the solitary few. Instead, we should put people before politics and be that citizen legislator we're called to be. And we can start by really looking at these issues as individual issues. Issues that affect people, real people, our people that we represent, not just margins. Issues worthy to be held against the one test that matters, the one inscribed on the state seal. Let the will of the people reign supreme. Mr. President, this is not a good bill for the people. It fails that test, and it fails the citizens of this state, and I will be voting no, and I ask that my colleagues follow me. Thank you.